All right, last time you saw the brand construction team, we had just finished Liz's bathroom. Botched bathroom. You might have thought that was it. Well, it's not it. It's another year, it's another problem, it's another mess. Welcome to Secondary Dwelling from Hell. This whole video series is going to be about secondary dwellings. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is expensive. This is hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a secondary dwelling. If you're thinking about putting a secondary dwelling in, you're going to want to tune into this series. It's going to teach you a lot. This one's going to be a fun one. I'm really excited. Let's get started. Anyone can show up with a hammer and build something. It's really hard to build it properly. Sewage air is coming out of this. There's no reason to be left like this. Absolutely none. An experienced contractor never would have done it.
Every year, you're gonna be repainting that thing.
Once you start,
right?
You're done. This gives you an opportunity to get out before it gets too expensive. A lot of what happens with contracting happens behind the scenes. It's not always about swinging the hammer. Don't put that on camera.
I understand what you're saying, but the code is the code.
If there's a fire that takes place.
That's not you. I bought something for you.
That's not you.
I'm looking forward to getting at it. Let's do it. What is a secondary dwelling? Well, a secondary dwelling is exactly what it sounds like. It's a home inside your home. Maybe in your basement. In this case, it's in the basement. There's a lot of things that need to be done for a secondary dwelling in Ontario. There's a lot of rules. A lot of rules that were not followed here. And I find myself with a disaster that's 3 times the size of Liz's. Let's take a walk through. As you can see, a lot of demo has been done. We dropped the ceilings, we pulled the floors, all the doors are off. What are we doing here?
We're dealing with a basement that looks well done, but I believe that we're finding a lot of hidden secrets and some stuff that we do need to touch up for sure.
We're gonna rip up some ceilings, find out what's wrong with it, tear up some floors, fix all the problems that the other guy tried to fix but couldn't do right.
From what I understand, the story here is mom and dad had moved to the basement. The son and daughter live upstairs with the grandchildren. They were going to retire down here. It's a beautiful property with lots of wonderful green space.
Not a whole lot of it meets the criteria that is expected for it to actually be a legal second dwelling.
Anyone can show up with a hammer and build something. It's really hard to build it properly. And in this particular case, although it looks beautiful, there are several critical things that were missed that are significant code violations. It's going to be difficult for me to fix now. First I have to uncover them, and then I have to figure out a way to fix them, keeping in mind that this guy doesn't have an unlimited budget to do it.
I know we always try to do everything by the book, so it's always interesting to see what other people are doing and how they're getting away with it.
All right, let's get to it.
It's okay, I have the light tools. Today we're going to be tackling the ceilings. We've got to pull the ceilings to find out what's going on with the fire rating. We'll start in the bedroom. We'll pull the ceiling, we'll pull the floor, then we'll take the appliances out of here, we'll put them in the bedroom, we'll protect them. I don't want to take apart the fireplace, but that's a loose electrical wire you just grabbed, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where it is now. How in the world does he plug in his TV? This, this is what we're doing? Hold on, I'll plug in the TV, don't worry.
Honestly, seeing what's already in there before we take it out gives me a bit of a head start on the design, because then I'd be able to actually look at what they have, maybe see if they have a style preference already, and then that creates a great foundation to go up from there.
Just like in Liz's video, just like the way we handled it, I'm concerned about budget. The kitchen, we're gonna keep the kitchen. The kitchen and the cupboards are okay. We gotta take the top cupboards off. We are going to continue to drop the ceiling. The floors, the weirdest heated floors I've ever seen in my life.
One, it looks like way too large of a trowel, but also if it's installed correctly, those would all be compressed so you wouldn't see any ridge. And the underneath of that would be fully, they have a full coverage of mortar. So poor installation.
All this insulation here, you look at it. Other contractors would say pull it all down. It's not done right. But there is some sound transmission value to keeping this insulation. So I'm gonna try to keep as much of it in the ceiling. Is it done properly? Not even close. But is there a solution that we can bring someone in here to help us? There is, and that's gonna come up in another episode. We are gonna solve the sound transmission problem, we're gonna solve the fireproofing problem, and it's gonna be an amazing product. Look at this window that we opened up. Absolute disaster. The contractor did not know what a king stud or a jack stud is. You're gonna know if you follow along with this series. He cut the hole for the window. He didn't support it above. We're gonna have an engineer come. He's gonna talk us through how to fix that. Look down here, we got some serious mold going on. There was a leak here. Oh boy, look at the mold over there. Okay, let's get this out of here right away. Let's get some mass when we cut that out, and we'll get rid of this right away, but that is the sweet stuff. Yeah. How are we gonna fix it? Well, the only way to fix it is from the outside. We're not fixing it from the inside. Look at the thousands of dollars of spray foam that are in this entire unit. I don't wanna pull it all out. Not every renovation we can pull everything out. So we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna get a shovel, we're gonna dig it out, we're gonna solve that problem, and you're gonna come along to learn. Secondary dwellings in Ontario are highly regulated. I think because, quite frankly, Ontario got tired of people dying in fires in their basements. So everything we do about secondary dwellings is about fire safety and is about sound transmission. You'll recognize this laundry from the work that we did at Liz's house, right? There was a good plumber here. He did good work. I don't need to demo all of this. Then I saw this pipe. That's the vent pipe, allow air behind water. And it got me thinking, I saw something over in the furnace room. Let's go take a look. Here's where it goes. I guess he kind of forgot to hook that up. So this now is breathing in sewage, right? Sewage air is coming out of this. This is a big no-no. This would have failed inspection. This was hidden. Okay, into the bathroom. You're gonna see there's some heated floor membrane still on the floor, right? And you can see kind of the cable goes underneath the toilet. Well, the contractor heated underneath the toilet and he heated underneath the cabinetry, which is a no-no. I wanted to see if there was spray foam here. I wanted to double check to make sure. And I wanted to see how deep it is. There's about 5 inches of spray foam there. More than enough. No reason to demo it. We're gonna save that money. We got ourselves an exhaust fan, right? We did one at Liz's bathroom too. This one's gonna be different because it's a secondary dwelling. This is not just a matter of hooking up an insulated hose. This needs to be fireproofed. Guess what? Never happened. So now I need to figure out a way to fireproof this, create a little box so that it's encased in case there's a fire. Everything about secondary dwellings is about fire. All right, let's go into the other room here. We have been putting all the appliances in here to keep them safe, kind of while we figure out what's gonna happen here. The first day we were here, I call it a discovery day. It's for my trades to figure out, or for my crew to figure out exactly what is wrong. So I really want to get an idea of what needs to be done to get this place up to code. We called the city in. They gave us a list. You're not going to be surprised to find out that there was no permit here. We got one, we called the city in, and we called them in at this stage. They were part of the discovery process. It's really easy to kind of project a budget and say, hey, this is what it's going to cost to fix this renovation. It's quite hard to be exact. So one of the things I wanted to do is I want to pull down all this stuff and I wanted to be able to give the clients an idea of what it's going to cost to fix. We gave them a preliminary budget during the quoting stage, but until we kind of get our hands in and we take a good look, we don't know for sure. Moving forward right now, I'm going to take the team back to the office. We're going to look at what is it administratively that needs to happen with this job. We're going to talk with the city officials, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a surprise guest from an engineer because there's something very wrong in this basement.